The biggest mistake people make with their savings is never getting started. Tell me which one you think isn't true. 1 out of 3 Americans has saved zero for retirement. 42% of millennials have not started saving for retirement. I'm 6'2", tall, dark, and handsome. Just kidding, they're all true. Now here's a benchmark that I think you're gonna find useful as you work on becoming more financially fulfilled in your own life. It's called the 50-30-20 rule, and it says that you should reserve 50% of your budget for essentials like rent and food. 30% of your income should go towards discretionary spending like shopping, vacations, and Starbucks if you're fancy, and at least 20% should go towards your personal long-term and midterm savings. Here's how you can get smarter with your savings. Set a target of 15% of your salary going towards your retirement account. It seems aggressive, but it's not if you start lower than 15% and then work your way up from there. So for an example, you start maybe at 5 or 6% and then you work your way up 1% each quarter or every single year. A general rule of thumb is to have savings equal to your annual income by the time you turn 30. So that should be twice your income by the time you turn 35 and 3 times your income by the time you turn 40 and so on. In the case that you actually get to start early in your 20s, you can start with a modest 8%. And if you start in your 30s, it jumps up really quick to 12+%. If you don't start until your 40s, it's between 15 and 20%. As you can see, it's getting higher very quick. And if you make the mistake of waiting to save for retirement until you hit your 50s, well, it's going to take 25 to 40% of your income being forced into an account that usually ends up becoming unmanageable at that point. Now, if your employer offers you a 401k plan, you should definitely utilize it. Not only are you going to start paying less in taxes to Uncle Sam, but your employer might also offer you a matching program, which you should take full advantage of because it's basically free money. Why should you start saving now? Well, billionaire investor Warren Buffett says his wealth has come from a combination of 3 things: living in America, lucky genes, and the magic of compound interest. Now don't confuse Warren Buffett with Jimmy Buffett, who says, blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top. Here's an example of the magic of compound interest. If 2 people put away $5,000 per year and earn the exact same interest rate, let's just say 6%, and they both retired at age 62, the person who started saving at 22 as opposed to 32 would have almost $500,000 more at retirement time. Just think about that for a second. The person who started at 22 put away an extra $50,000, but got a 10x return on their money because of interest compounding. All for being a smarter and wiser decision maker earlier in their life. Make your savings a habit. We know it makes sense to start early, but we also realize that it's not easy. However, once you begin saving, it usually becomes an instinct, and watching your balance grow gets more and more exciting as the numbers get bigger. Everyone has a number, and at some point, your 401k balance is going to catch your attention. And if you stack your cash wisely, you're going to be sitting pretty too, maybe on the beach, perhaps in Margaritaville. Contact us now, getwealthy.us.